So here we go. 8 of Coins, 8 of Pentacles coming up as your underlying energy. This is about, this is the apprenticeship card, right? Working at something. Putting in the time and effort. I mean, have a look. The candles have all burnt down. He's still poring over his books. He's trying to get it right. He's trying to create all these pentacles and he wants them to be perfect. Really focused work. Now, it doesn't have to be literally a job, but whatever it is that you're doing right now, there is a sense with this reading of this week going back to the drawing board, or you might be coming into the week with that energy. We don't mind putting in this time and effort. We don't mind putting in this work because we know it's leading to our long-term stability, security, right? That this is the job for me. I will study this to get that job. I will put in the effort in this relationship. It's worth it. I will do the self-work. For some of you, it might be that when we get to that, but I'll talk about that in a moment. Why I'm saying this back to the drawing board is because of this in the past. I'll get to him in a moment. We have the 9 of Coins, or the 9 of Pentacles coming up as a past or foundation energy. Now, this is last week, last month, last year, whatever, right? It's just the foundation. Some of you, the reason you're going back to the drawing board is you're going to refresh whatever this skill set is. You had mastered something. You were really good at something, but I don't know what happened. You're going back. You're going back to refresh whatever this was, because that's a 9 and it's in the past. But currently, the underlying energy for the week is the 8. You have to be a maths genius to figure out we've gone back a step. Why? Why have we gone back a step? Well, that's going to be different for each and every single one of you. I'm trying to have a little peep ahead to see what's going on here. What this comes down to, and I think we have the Knight of Swords here. The Knight of Swords is direct communication. The thing with the Knight of Swords is he knows what his own truth is. He knows what his own truth is, and he will go forward and speak it. He fights for his truth. He doesn't have a problem with, he looks fierce, right? With his helmet and with the sword ready. Looks like he's ready to just pull it out and go slash some people with his truth. And that's what he does. So this is communication. This is speaking your truth. Now, it's to do with the work. This can play in so many different ways. Let's give you a few scenarios. Some of you in your job, you've reached this level, but you were maybe working alone, or this is autonomy, right? Maybe it become a gilded cage and you think, I'm going to go back and refresh my skill set so I can do something more. I can learn a different way of doing things. You have a new truth here for some reason. But you've got, I'm sorry, but it keeps coming up. This is going back in some way. Going back to what you learned. Going back to refresh what you did. Going back to redo it for some of you. Because you have a new truth. Now, both of these knights get a bad reputation. This one said he just talks shit and, you know, that he spews his truth all over everyone. Comes in, speaks it, and then runs off. This knight here is seen as being very unreliable. But the thing is, they're knights. They're out on a mission. They're out there to achieve something. If they were a king or a queen, they'd be sat on a throne somewhere, but they're not. They have their job to do. They don't have the experience. They don't have the same job or the responsibilities as the kings and queens. I like that energy, actually, of the knights coming in. It's mutable energy. It's changeable. You're able to adapt. You're able to change. You're able to go, you know, your truth might change. And now you're going forward to fight for something new. That's where you've gone back to the drawing board for some of you. But it revolves around this. Now, some of you might be dealing with an air sign, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or a fire sign, another one. So either another Aries, Leo, or a Sagittarius. Capricorn energy here. But remember, the signs do not own the cards. They just lend their characteristics. So bear that in mind. But yeah, that's what the focus is on. The focus is on, I want to make a decision, have a new truth. I'm going to go forward and fight for this truth. But I might need a bit of security or stability. And he might need to put some work in on this. So it's not that. I mean, he's very spontaneous. He can go in. Some of you might just decide this like that. I'm going to go do this week. I'm going to go do something else. But why is this all prompted? Why is this all coming up? The Three of Swords is in the present. I want to say this to some of you. And for those of you that have known me and have watched me for a while, and it's my 2-year anniversary this week. So, I'm not one of those readers that's like, oh my God, it's a third party situation. Oh my God, it's a third party situation. In this spread, it could be a third party situation. That's what's getting you to do this. And how does that work out? It might be that you've been married for a long time. Some of you I'm trying to just explain the energies. Don't get so caught up in the actual examples that I give. I'm just trying to show you how I understand the energy. So for some of you, you've had this beautiful home, beautiful life with your partner. Maybe they've gone off. They've spoken their truth. They've dashed off and gone and do something else. They want independence now, right? So you've got that heartache and that pain, but you're already working your way out of it. There's no kind of sitting around and dwelling, not with 2 nights coming up in this spread. For others of you, you've done this. You've got yourself to a stable, safe place. Excuse me, I'm going to cough. Let me just grab some water, one sec. So yeah, some of you have, thank you for that. It's just, I cough so harshly sometimes, and I don't want to blow your eardrums, coughing into the mic. So some of you have this stable, safe place that you've created, your sanctuary, but it became a gilded cage. This is the big fish in a small pond kind of syndrome. So you want to do something else. The other example that I've got, if it's nothing to the relationship, that was one example. Third parties do not have to be other people. Maybe, you're dealing with someone, it's general reading, so the energies can go both ways, right? You're dealing with someone who they are so focused on work. You're trying to find a time, like, we need to sit down, we need to have a conversation, whether that's a business partner, romantic partner, whatever. They're like, oh, no, I've got too much to do. I've got this to do. I'm studying for this. I'm working for this. And you're like, seriously? Like, that. That's what you're dealing with. But remember this with the 3 of Swords. This is my trigger card. We all walk around with 3 swords in our heart. And there is this kind of neon heart here. But usually it's a bright red, healthy heart with 3 swords in it when we see the 3 of Swords. That is pain, that is heartache, that is loss, that is grief. All of those awful things. I mean, she does not look like the happiest person in the world, right? But they're also the stories that we pick up from all our past hurts. Our parents' marriage, relationships that we had, how someone said to us at school, old jobs that we've had, whatever we pick up, they're not even our stories half the time. So when the 3 of Swords comes up, it's an opportunity to remove those swords once and for all. To have that new truth. That's why in the 4 of Swords, the card after the 3 of Swords, the person is resting because they've just pulled 3 swords out of their heart. This is where we get triggered. Something hurts us. Excuse me. Someone's truth may have hurt you, and you're kind of working towards this. It might even be about how much work you do or how stable you are. It could be like, Aries, you don't do anything. You're just, it's easy for you. You've got this. And you're like, really? I'm trying to come out of that. There's action. There is action here. Now, the reason I went to the whole third party thing, whether it's another person, whether it's someone focused on, I don't know, this third parties can be when someone spends all their time gaming. You're working and they're gaming away. Or, if for you, you're not giving enough attention to friends, family, your love life. Where are the cups? Where are the cups? We've got wands, we've got swords, we've got pentacles, coins. We don't have any cups here. There's someone's emotional needs or emotional life is being neglected here completely. Trying to choose. That's not a bad thing. We all do that sometimes, right? We have to kind of shelve how we're feeling to go ahead and go and do something else. But it kind of feels like that's not working for you anymore. It's not working for you anymore. Look the future, and I said this to Aquarius because they got the devil here. Some of you might be dealing with an Aquarius with this air energy. But have a look. Project going forward, like from this, what you see from this, projecting forward. Maybe that's what's causing you the grief is like, I'm stuck. I'm always going to be stuck doing this thing of like, I'm working on this, get to a safe place and I have to work again. It's that kind of energy. I'm going to get you 1 for the devil. Because I know what your advice is, and I love that advice for you. So let's see. Some of you are stuck in a loop. Why is the devil coming up for Aries? Strange, because Pisces got that. What are you guys doing? Picking up everyone else's energies. But think about it. It's because you're emotionally done. You're emotionally done. There's the cups. Why there aren't any feelings? Because you bloody left them all behind. You're sick of feeling that way. That's the 8 of Cups. I'm indifferent to this. I don't want to feel like this anymore. But what I love about this reading, and I don't know, you might look at it and think, 3 of Swords, devil, what the hell? It is positive. And that's not just me being a Sagittarius rising, everything's positive all the time. It's not that. This is because this hurts. This hurts like a motherfucker. Sorry to say it, but it does. The Three of Swords is painful. It's painful energy. And it might be because you've put so much time and effort into something. But whatever that was, no matter how you started it, no matter if it started feeling like there's very kind of caged energy here. This is you kind of pacing around, Aries, saying that, I put so much time and effort into something. And you're breaking free because you don't want to feel that way anymore. It's time to speak your truth. And that's just it, You normally, like, people would assume Aries is all speaking their truth, out there doing their thing, but not all Aries are. I mean, we have other placements in our chart, right? And that's what's getting to you right here with this Three of Swords. That's why you're working so hard. You're scrambling. Because I don't want to be stuck in this devil energy. The devil is temptation, something that holds you back. And you have a truth. But you also have a sword here with that Knight of Swords to slash those chains. The devil does say only those things that you allow to hold you back will hold you back. And one of the things that may be holding you back is because you put so much time and effort into this. This person spent a lot of time and effort collecting 8 cups. And some people do it. Some of you might do that, where you think, oh, I've invested so much into this now, just hold on to it. It's better to, a bird in the hand is worth 2 in the bush. No, not always. Not if that bird in your hand doesn't mean shit to you, if it doesn't mean anything to you anymore. This person doesn't feel anything when they walk away from that. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't mean you're literally walking away from something, but you don't want to feel that way anymore. So for you to move forward, and that's what this week's about, right? You are progressing. You are working on something. There's some old story. Be very aware of the old narrative. I never get anything. I always put in the work. I always get passed over for promotion. No, people always hurt me. I always meet people that they don't have any emotions. They call whatever that story is. That's what the Three of Swords says. Is what are those stories that you tell yourself? Because that is the trigger card, Say somebody said, I don't know, say I was like fat and ugly at school. And as an adult, then I'm not fat and ugly. Like, people might look at me and think, oh, she's not fat and ugly. But somebody, like a friend might say to me, or a partner might say to me, oh my God, you're going to wear those jeans. Look at your muffin top, or look what's happening there. Now, that might be a joke that they've said to me. But it reminds me of one of those swords in my heart. Where at school I was fat and ugly. I had, I've got still issues about the way that I look. And so it's about removing that, because everything else looks great here, working towards something. You know your truth. You're ready to go fight for it. But it's like, yeah, what's this? What's the narrative? What's the old hurt? What's stopping you from going forward? Because it's keeping you stuck. And I feel like it's a loop. I mean, it's not showing here, but that's what it comes across. You get your truth, you work towards it, and then you come back again. You just seem to be kind of looping around. It's about breaking out of that. And how do you do that? With the Knight of Wands energy. Go, Aries. Go get them. I love it when you guys get the Knight of Wands. The Knight of Wands, I mean, Sagittarius, I think they can do... No, I won't say that to you guys. Sagittarius does it equally well as Aries. Knight of Wands is the adventurer, the explorer. We're not doing this anymore. Whatever this was practice. Whatever you were working on, great, you did it really well, but you have a new truth. Let's take that to some next level now with the Knight of Wands. And for heaven's sake, will you have some fun? The Knight of Wands, I always call him the party all the time knight. Party all the time knight. Now, let's take it back to the third party one. I'm going to talk specifically about those relationships where there's someone's, there's not going to be a prediction. Please don't start suspecting. This person's coming, the present, they're already upset. So you kind of know it. But there's that sense of here, because like I said, there's so many stories out of this. Those people that are in third party situations, that's caused you pain. It kind of feels like, but I love, but I love this person so much. I can't get out of this. I'm stuck. You're not. The devil is the illusion of being stuck in a situation. Go with your truth. Speak your truth. You don't want to feel like that anymore. So in that situation, the Knight of Wands is saying, if you're good being in a third party situation, because we're all adults, I'm not going to judge anyone. Nothing happens in a vacuum. There's always, other things that are going on. If it's fun, if you're going to do this in a different way, and I don't mean fun, like, oh, it's a laugh, because it's obviously not with the Three of Swords coming up. But it's about injecting the passion into it, following your creativity, following your passion. Now, all I'm going to say, if that's your situation, get a personal reading. Doesn't have to be from me, but get someone to look at it individually, because it's too broad, the energy here. So I can't tell you one way or the other what to do. But it's about your fire, your passion, what you're trying to create. Because trust me, if even in your third party situation, if it's leaving you like that, that ain't fun anymore. That's not fun anymore. So then still it's telling you, follow your passion. Go for the adventure. Go be the explorer. No one's judging you. No one's judging you for what you're doing or for what being involved in that situation. And I know some of you are going to hate me on that, but it's the truth, guys. We're adults and everyone has free will. This is for the individuals that, and I don't usually go there in that. I don't usually go there for that situation. I don't agree in telling people, get out of a situation, stay in a situation. Your own feelings are telling you you want out. Your own feelings are telling you that this is hurting me. I can't handle this anymore. Your own feelings are telling you that your truth is that you feel trapped. Be free like the Knight of Wands. Be free like the Knight of Swords. Whatever that means to you. I'm always about self-empowerment. Now, for everyone else, forget the third parties now. I've said all I'm going to say about that. Love me, hate me, I don't care. That's the message. With the Knight of Wands coming up here, you've been too serious for too long for a lot of you. You've been trying to build this security. You've been working on this. Please take some time out to spend time with friends and family, to enjoy your social circle. The Knight of Wands is that. He's my spirit animal. I love the Knight of Wands. Never did. I always thought of him, oh God, not the Knight of Wands. Unreliable. He's there when it's fun. But the thing with the Knight of Wands is he's very mindful of the present. He's very much in the moment. How do I feel right now? Don't sacrifice your now for a future now. That's all life is. A now, followed by a now, followed by a now, followed by a now. Because the power is always in the now. Whatever's happened has happened. Whatever's coming is being written by what we're doing in the present. Whichever way you cut this, you're not happy with this. And yet you're still putting in so much effort. Take it in a different direction. Take it in a different direction. Make it fun again. That might be shifting your focus. That might be leaving that relationship behind. Dating again. That might be hanging out with your friends. That might be focusing on your hobbies and projects. That might be traveling. The Knight of Wands is the adventurer, the traveler, right? But whichever way you slice it, this feels like, you've been investing so much time and effort. And it's not me saying it to you. You are telling me yourself with your energy, I don't want to feel this way. I don't want to have to put in so much time and effort or take second place to someone who's putting time and effort into something else. I know my truth. What is your truth, Aries? Because each of you are going to have a separate individual truth that you have. Free yourself from that. These two are very free, very fast moving. The two fastest moving knights in the tarot. I was going to say zodiac, but in the tarot. Specifically, that's Gemini energy. Specifically, that's Sagittarius energy. That's that kind of, information, fast talking. Let's go figure out what's going on. Let's go find something new. I want to say this to, I don't know who this is for. It might be for one person, but aren't you bored of this? Aren't you bored of this? And I think you are. I think you are. And that's just it. When the devil comes up, it's that illusion of, I don't have any other choices. You might be saying, I am Jay. I'm done with this. But I don't have any other choices. Please trust me you do. Please trust me that you do. But you need to tap into your fire. What am I saying to you? Can't make this shit up. Be authentic to who you are. You are asked to be real and true, pertaining to who you are and how you feel. Say it, do it. Wands is action, swords are the truth. Say it, do it. Be authentic to who you are. This is not working for you now. I've said a lot about the third party stuff because I don't usually come across it often, and I like to give it straight, when it comes out. But this could be work. You're just sick of the job that you do. It's boring.